Here we go. Hey guys, 7 WWE Rocks. I'm here for episode 13 of Saturday Night's Kickout, but of course it is Sunday. I was gone yesterday. I was at a wrestling show, so I got to meet Bob Hawley, and I'll do a personal video about that tomorrow. But I'm joined with a special guest. I'll let him introduce himself, talk about his channel, go on from here.
My name is Philip, Poland's BITW. My YouTube channel is pretty brand new. I mean, I used to do YouTubing. I've only got 12 subscribers. So if you want to subscribe, then go for it. And just pretty
There you
much.
go for it. And then you should like comment in this video when it's over, so we can so everyone just goes straight to your channel. But yeah, let's get right into it. Let's get into Raw, where they did a promo with Eric Rowan. Basically, they're splitting up the Wyatt family. How do you feel about that?
I really don't know, because I remember when the Shield was splitting up, I was actually happy about it, because the Shield was kind of getting cliche a bit. Because if you think about it, it was just kind of the same thing. So when they split up, I was actually happy. But with the Wyatt, it's kind of different, because the Shield was normal, wasn't it? They were normal wrestlers, but the Wyatts are like the monsters, aren't they? So if the Wyatts split up, there's going to be no more groups, and it's not going to be. I don't really know what to think of that. I mean, Bray Wyatt. I mean, if Bray gets pushed, I'll be happy. If Harper gets pushed, I'll be happy. Rowan, again, I'm not really a big fan of Rowan. He didn't really impress me with anything.
I feel like the same way.
Mouse is the only thing I could be a fan of. That's practically it. So yeah.
I feel the same way. I feel Harper and Bray both can go somewhere with if they do go singles career. I'm hearing that they're kind of gonna change up Luke Harper's character, not like fully change it, but he's gonna be a little different. I don't know how I feel about that. But Eric Rowan, I have no idea where he's gonna go, but hopefully they get something out of him.
They kind of ruined the Wyatts a bit. I'm not gonna say that they completely ruined them, but they didn't. What they should have done is that Cena should definitely lose at Mania. He should have. He knows he had to. If he lost that Mania, and he lost the Extreme Rules, and no, even if he won a payback, he could have won a payback. But then I don't know. I just wanted Wyatt to win over Cena, so then maybe he'll be like the big guy. And if Harper and Rowan would have won the titles, they would be in the powerful, unstoppable Wyatt family. They would be untouchable, because Rowan and Harper would have had championships. Bray would have beat Cena unstoppable. Like, if you look at the Shield, they were successful because of the titles. What was it? They won the tag team championship, the US championship, and then they beat the Evolution, which was very, very, very strong. That's why they were a strong team.
They were dominant. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, moving on, we had The Rock return. Really, I think it turned the show around. The first hour and 30 minutes, like first half of the show, I was pretty bored. I'm not gonna lie. But then The Rock came out. I think he took that show 180 and just totally turned it around. And I really enjoyed that segment. And what you think about it? The Rock beating up Rusev.
Well, I woke up on Tuesday morning because of the time zones, and I went on Twitter. Just quickly, just check it, and someone wrote that Rock returned, and I thought it was a joke. I was like, no, that's just impossible.
Yeah.
So I actually clicked on it. It was actually Rock. So I was so excited to go back home and watch Raw. It was the first time since April, since I was actually very excited to watch Raw. But that was only the only good thing about Raw. I mean, I actually forgot what was on Raw 2 weeks ago. I don't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed it back in 2013. It's not as good. It's forgettable. Like, I don't seriously remember what happened 3 weeks ago. What Rollins and Ambrose feud. That's the only thing I know. Paige and AJ, what's happening with them? Are we still having? Is it what, best friends?
Still the crazy frenemies things. It's basically just the titles themselves. I mean, I forget all the time who has the United States Championship. I have to remember it's Sheamus. I forget who has the Divas Championship. They're making it very forgettable each Raw,
Yeah.
and it's not memorable at all.
Like overall, WWE right now is just terrible. I'm not, I always try to enjoy it the most, but there's seriously nothing for me to enjoy.
That's true. I try to. I'm not gonna be. I don't want to be negative and say, oh, I'm gonna stop watching because that's never gonna happen. I'm always
Yeah,
gonna keep
I'm not
watching.
gonna stop watching. It's obvious, but I'm not gonna watch it as passionately as I did to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
I,
into it and be able to hold up a conversation when it's like, who even cares at this point?
yeah. People say that what, Pete, like WWE don't really need Punk. They don't really need Bryan. But it's not. I think it's not true because if you look at August 2013, there was what Punk on top with Brock, wasn't it? There was Bryan versus Cena, and that was so cool. It was so good. I really enjoyed the whole year. Cena was good. I liked Cena's reign. It was such a good year. It was mix of really vibe. There was Punk, there was Bryan, there was Cena, there was who else? There was the Shield.
Shield
It
were
was
coming up. The Wyatt family, like, they were coming up. They were starting their like dominance, but it
yeah.
just went downhill.
Yeah, and then from the start of 2014, the start of 2014 wasn't actually that bad because we had the Shield versus the Wyatt family, which was good. We had the
Yeah,
Bryan Yes movement, the Yes movement story, and the whole thing was awesome, wasn't it?
yeah, it was. I really enjoyed it, but
Made me
just
like really like I used to wake up. I didn't stay up for Raw because I had school next, but
yeah.
like I woke up like 2 hours before school just to watch it in the morning because I wanted to support Daniel Bryan. I mean, I bought his shirts. I bought like literally, the whole Daniel Bryan movement was just awesome, and the storylines were awesome. It was great, but after Bryan left, Punk left, it just went downhill.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But moving on to the main event, we had Orton, Rollins, and Kane taking on John Cena. Ambrose had left him early on the show just to get some payback from the earlier SmackDown I didn't even catch. But Ambrose came back, and it was a funny segment. I liked how he had the hot dog cart and he threw it into Orton and Kane. I thought that was funny. But basically the point I got at the end was just him DDTing John Cena at the end. I thought that was a good way to close out the show because they were friends, they were on good terms, but it also shows that they're still going to verse each other.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I really did like him DDTing him. I thought that was a good touch.
Yeah, but do you know what really annoys me? It's just that Orton, Kane. It's just same thing. Orton, Kane. They have
Dude,
a match. Yeah, they have a match. Oh no!
I
Out of nowhere, Rollins comes in. Oh no! Then Ambrose comes in. Oh no! And then Cena. Oh no! It's
the same four guys. It's five. Sorry, be
yeah,
Kane, Rollins, Orton. I don't know Cena, Kane, and Orton. I can't stand being in the main event now. I'm fine with Rollins and Ambrose, but having Cena, Orton, and Kane, oh, I can't stand them being in the main event.
yeah. It's just if it was something different, I would enjoy it. But it's just the same thing,
Yeah,
Ambrose
I
gets
agree.
Ambrose just gets down on the floor or Cena, and they just stand on top every night on Raw. I don't even know.
I don't know. It sucks, but yeah, that closed out Raw. So moving on to NXT, Hideo Itami versus Victor. Now, I am that match. The whole NXT was kind of bad. I really do enjoy NXT. I think it's great wrestling, and they don't have that many promos, so it keeps it exciting. But you still have your bad guys, your good guys, so they take it and it's good. But Hideo versus Victor, he won with a drop kick, and I just thought that was awful. But they basically attacked him and his friend Funaki, if you remember him from SmackDown. He was an announcer and he was a wrestler.
Oh, man,
But
I remember that. I
fans,
mean, all right, carry on.
I was just gonna say, fans are already throwing the term that Hideo's buried already just because he got him beaten up by the Ascension.
It's definitely not buried.
Yeah, they gotta keep a storyline going. You can't have one guy beat up two for the longest time. That's gonna make the Ascension look bad. So they gotta get some wins in. But basically, this is just leading up to Prince Devitt coming in, which I am just so excited for. No,
Yeah, I cannot wait for that.
I just saw highlights of it. I didn't even see the full fight, but highlights of it. I'm so excited. His name Finn Balor. It's not the best, but I don't care. It's Prince Devitt. What'd you say?
It's not the worst too. I mean, well, NXT. Oh, that's always NXT. I mean, NXT isn't the best in the world. I mean, it's kind of sometimes it can get overrated. Not all the characters are very interesting. I mean, some characters are just dull. I mean,
That's
well,
true.
yeah, Charlotte's good.
I like Charlotte, yeah.
Enzo Amore, yeah, he's okay, but
I think
it's
he's just good. I think he's good on the mic. His wrestling ability, not so much, but I think he
not
gets the
really
crowd
gonna
pumped.
last. Like, the whole Enzo Amore, how you doing, all that, is that really gonna last 2 more years? People are gonna get bored of it. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
Adam Rose. People, Adam Rose isn't the best gimmick, but look at Leo Kruger. We've seen gimmicks like that already. I mean, we've seen the partying gimmick too, but Adam Rose is kind of different. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
I don't know. Who else goes into NXT? Adrian Neville. Adrian Neville is really good in the ring, but
yeah,
again, gimmick wise, talking wise, he's plain. That's my mom. Okay, yeah, he's kind of plain, you know.
yeah.
So. Mm,
I don't know. What was I gonna say? I can't remember. I'm just glad though that Finn Balor, it's not the best name, but he picked it himself. So I guess that's good. I kind of like that they didn't just assign him a name. He got to pick it. So obviously it means something to him.
And I like how they did the Prince Devitt at the beginning. Did you watch it? The
Um,
Prince Devitt. Basically, they had the name Prince Devitt.
yeah.
Oh, they just shout. The fans went mental. But then it turned like it's what to Finn Balor was pretty cool.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Wow.
Same as with Kenta. He damn I can't even say he was
Yeah.
it.
He came out and the thing said Kenta, and then he changed it when he was in the ring. I didn't get that.
That's good. I think it was good because they didn't just randomly change it. It was him kind of his storyline with it looked real. As in, it looked.
I'm, I'm I'm fine with it because the fans are chanting Hideo, so I like that.
Mm.
I kind of like. I wouldn't get annoyed because fans are allowed to chant whatever they want to. But if they chanted Kenta, that would kind of annoy me. I would do wrestling the WWE name, but I know a
Yeah,
lot of people are pissed off about that. So
yeah. Like remember when Bray Wyatt, one of his first week, I think it was, they
yeah,
changed Husky Harris. There's no need for that. There's absolutely no need for that. That
yeah,
doesn't help him. Doesn't help anyone. No
yeah.
need.
That's a great example. But
Hmm.
moving up, the main event was Titus O'Neil versus Sami Zayn. Now I thought this was Zayn gonna win it, and it would help him for the possible match of Neville, which I'm guessing they're hinting at for the title. But Titus O'Neil got the win, and I just did not get the need for that at all. I know he's been a WWE guy and he's coming to NXT and he's supposed to be a WWE main roster guy, but I think him beating Zayn was kind of just pointless.
I mean, Zayn can go really far though, and as an overall, Zayn has it in my opinion.
Yeah,
Zayn,
I
Zayn,
definitely think so.
Zayn has the charisma. He has everything. Titus O'Neil, I mean, yeah, I mean, I think he should have lost. Why was he there even anyway? Because I don't really understand. Because
Uh, he came. I don't know why he came, but I think he wants the
he came out with
NXT.
the crowd, didn't he? Because I watched that. He came out in the crowd, but I
Yeah,
don't really. Yeah.
I think he was there the week before though. He was there the week before, and then he wants the championship, I think. But then he came. Then they had a tag team match, and then he was ringside, with the ticket or whatever, and Zayn kicked him. But yeah, I think his main goal is just to win the NXT championship.
So, well, what was it? So they're basically doing the Brodus Clay for him. Because whenever Brodus Clay, his last time,
Pretty much.
I kind of feel sorry for him because he came. Well, remember at the beginning, he was the partying gimmick like Adam Rose, and he actually was kind of big. He was bigger. He was on pay-per-views. It was good, he was actually good. But then he went down forward to NXT and dropped to Neville. So
No, yeah, but now he's in TNA, so there you go.
yeah, is he gonna debut next this week?
Next week, I think.
Spud though, I love the whole storyline now. Just I love it. Spud, the whole I'm with Spud.
We'll get plenty into that. I already have that written down, but
Oh yeah, yeah, we're gonna have to talk about that in a second.
all right, moving on to SmackDown. It was the 15 years of SmackDown celebration. There was the
Very well done. Very well done. From the beginning to the end, in my opinion, very well done.
I I enjoyed it, but I did not watch the like Miz TV's part. I have it in my notes, so you can talk about that. But yeah, it was fun. I think showing the highlights of it was great, and that 15-man tag match, that was really fun to see because first ever 15-man tag. But
When Johnny came out,
wait, what'd you say?
when Big Johnny came out, John Laurinaitis, when he came
Yeah,
out.
that was great. And then
Oh,
when Teddy Long
God.
came out, Teddy Long came out. It was like tag matches happening. Let's get into it. This is gonna be awesome.
No, it was really cool how they did it because it wasn't just a normal B show. It was actually set really well, as in it's a special show. Because sometimes, remember the 20th anniversary of Raw? Was it? Yeah, 20th anniversary of Raw.
I was actually at that show. No joke. I was
What?
at that show, and I was 20th anniversary. I was at that show, and I was greatly disappointed that like nothing. It was like a regular show.
It wasn't. It was, yeah. It was just
I mean,
20th
you got
anniversary. Was just what
Mick,
it
Mick,
was.
Mick Foley was there to accept the induction for the Hall of Fame, and then Ric Flair was there, and then The Rock was there, which
Caitlyn won.
helped. I'm sorry, what?
Caitlyn won the championship, didn't she?
Yeah, Kalen won. That was it. And then the main event was like a steel cage match, and that's great. But the 20th anniversary, I thought I was gonna see a lot more legends and stuff.
Raw 1000. Raw 1000 was good. I
Yeah,
love Raw 1000.
I think it was because the 20th anniversary was like a few months after that. Now it was like 6 months after, and maybe they were burnt out from Raw 1000. They just I don't know, but yeah, I was
I
really
love Raw 1000. The whole ending, the start, the ending and start, like when Punk turned heel,
yeah.
it was just done perfectly.
I really enjoyed that. But what was the SmackDown? Oh, we had that promo. They're not promo. I'm sorry, backstage where it was filmed after Raw, but they aired it on SmackDown. It was The Rock and Triple H basically hinting at a match at WrestleMania 31. It was a really funny segment. A lot of people it went well over. Would you want to see a Rock versus Triple H match again at WrestleMania 31?
Well, it really depends, because, well, The Rock did a great job at WrestleMania 29 in his match against John Cena. Very good match. He's still, but that in 2015, that's going to be 2 years ago. And, 2 years do matter. It depends how he's actually going to be in shape. Just because, he lifts weights doesn't mean he's gonna steal the show again. If he was meant to come back for one match, I would actually want to see him against Brock. Rock versus Brock would be cool.
I heard that was supposed to happen, but then the John Cena match he got hurt. But it was like the Raw after they were supposed to set up. Like Brock was supposed to attack Rock, and it was supposed to set up WrestleMania 30. But he got hurt in the Cena match, so yeah, they had to just take that away, I guess.
Do you know what's really good about Bryan versus Lesnar? Bryan versus Lesnar would be so good. That would be one of my favorite matches ever.
I know it could still happen. I mean, maybe if they don't have faith in Roman Reigns when he comes back, maybe Bryan wins the Rumble or something. It could still happen, I think.
I know that this guy. I watch his YouTube videos. This guy said, I think it was really good. It was a really good thing that he thought of. So, Roman Reigns will win the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Then Dean Ambrose in the Elimination Chamber. Wait, how was it? Yeah. No, at the Royal Rumble, Rollins will win the WWE Championship. Yeah. Reigns will win the Rumble, and then Elimination Chamber, Ambrose will win the championship. So then this leads us to the triple threat: Reigns, Ambrose, Rollins. That would be good. That would be very good.
I would really wanted that. There was some talks about it happening with the United States Championship.
No, not the United States Championship. It's not.
No, I'm talking when Dean Ambrose had it. Yeah.
As in, back then it would.
Back then. Yeah, there was talks about it happening, but yeah, now it has to be the WWE Championship, no doubt. I mean, they're past. All of them are past the United States Championship.
I think if Rollins would cash in at Survivor Series, yes, good idea. I think if Rollins would cash in at Survivor Series and then something like that would make sense because then he would have a good reign. From Survivor Series, which is in November, until Elimination Chamber, which is in February, that would be good. But then Ambrose would have a 5-week reign. Because normally the build-up to WrestleMania is pretty long, is it?
It's long, 5-6 weeks, I think.
That's actually okay too. It's not that bad because Mick Foley's reign was 28 days. So
Yeah. Yeah, it could happen. That would be a really good match. But yeah. Moving on, we had Cena in the. You watched the Miz TV segment right at the end.
yeah, so
All right.
it was okay. It wasn't that bad. So basically, what happened it was that Ambrose. Ambrose and Cena were the special guest, blah blah blah. Who's gonna win at Hell in a Cell? And then Miz asked him, "Are you gonna beat Cena?" He's gonna be like, and then he said, "Yep." And then basically he was really confident. And
Yeah.
then Miz said, why don't you fight each other? Then Miz got put down by Ambrose, but then Cena FU'd or AA'd Ambrose, and he stood tall basically, and everyone just booed him. Pretty cool.
Pretty. Yeah, probably.
Even though it
But
was edited, even though it was edited, but you could still hear the boos.
yeah. So it was basically him getting payback from Raw.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. But it's a contract on a pole, no holds barred match. I think. Right. That sounds right.
Yeah. What do you mean contract and pause? So it's going to be what like? It's not going to be a TLC kind of thing, was it? It's going to be what like on a
No.
pole.
The pole in the corner. I'm
Oh, man,
guessing. I'm guessing.
I don't know. There could be some cool spots from that. Could be.
No. Definitely.
Not guaranteed, but could be. I mean, let's not forget that'll possibly be the opening match.
Yeah. I'm guessing it will be.
Yeah, possibly it will be a cool match. Yeah.
It's like the lumberjack match though. I didn't think that match was gonna be good at all with Rollins and Ambrose, and it was like the match of the night. So it could surprise us.
Yeah. I mean, Cena does put good matches on because he's pretty strong. So
Yeah,
with a guy like Bryan or Punk, they do put on good matches. Yeah,
definitely. I just think they made it contract on a pole because I just don't see Ambrose pinning Cena. So maybe Ambrose wins the contract or grabs the contract off the pole, so he doesn't make Cena look bad. Because I don't think Cena wants to have Ambrose pin him. So maybe I'm guessing Ambrose is gonna win.
I don't want to sound like a typical hater, but anyway, to be honest, if Ambrose pins Cena at Hell in a Cell, that would be too far. That would be too much. It's too much. It's a too big achievement at the moment. Because let's not forget, the only thing that Ambrose achieved so far in WWE was beat Evolution, which was in Shield, and win the United States Championship. He hasn't established himself as a big superstar. After he made it, after he main events WrestleMania, then he could think of pinning Cena. But I don't think Ambrose deserves to pin Cena yet. Just yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, he needs more time. Kind of like Reigns, I think at this point he needs a little more time, and then he can go on to the big main event. But moving on, we're gonna switch gears. We're gonna go on to Impact Wrestling TNA. Basically, I only had a few segments down, but yes, let's get right into EC3. Basically, firing Rockstar Spud. Now, this segment was good. I really enjoyed it, and it's setting up for Brodus Clay. I already talked about earlier in the show, but yeah. I'm excited, and I think they're putting Spud well over with the fans, so that's always good.
Do you know what I really hate? Like people actually been like tweeting to me that on Twitter. Stuff like, "Oh, you watch TNA, you suck," or "TNA's crap," or "TNA's that," and "TNA's that." But people don't understand how the product actually is decent. It's actually decent compared to what WWE has now.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, the Dixie Carter storyline was good when she got put for the table. I think that was really cool.
That was a good moment, yeah.
Yeah, some TNA, with the low budget, with the terrible attendance, are doing okay. They are doing okay.
It's like their promoting isn't as good. Like Bound for Glory, they didn't promote good at all, in my opinion.
What is actually happening? Bound for Glory. I don't know.
It's already happened, so it's gonna air like in 4 hours, I think. Yeah, 4 hours is gonna air.
What is this? So there's no championship. There's no.
No world heavyweight champion, no tag champions, no of course I mean no.
EC3.
I'm sorry, what?
No Spud versus EC3.
No, EC3 fought a former sumo wrestler. It's all Wrestle One in my opinion. Maybe the TNA guys are winning the matches, but it's no Bobby Roode, no Eric Young, no Jeff. I understand why Jeff Hardy, but no Matt Hardy, and there's some controversial thing with did, but I don't really want to spoil it, but they just kind of left TNA and Wrestle One in the dust, basically.
Yeah, I don't get it. So the biggest show of the year turns out to be Wrestle One versus TNA.
It's a one night only. It is not their WrestleMania. It's not their biggest event. It's a one night only event. That's what I feel like it is.
The card looks really weird because there's no build up to it. But last year,
there's one match that is just a tag team Wrestle One. It's only tag Wrestle One guys, and I did not get that really.
there is what Storm versus Storm and
It's Storm and Sonata. The great Sonata versus Muda and Tajiri. That was the main event. That was the main event. But apparently, when it airs here in America or wherever, when it airs here, that's not going to be the main event. Apparently, that's the only main event in Japan. So I don't get that.
TNA. I mean, that was weird. But last year's TNA was very good. Last year's TNA was good. It was what did we have in last year's TNA? Bound for Glory. I'm sorry. Bully Ray versus AJ Styles. Very cool.
Yeah.
Bully Ray. Bobby Roode versus Kurt Angle. I rewatched that match actually. It was good. It was a very good match.
I bet. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a decent pay per view.
It was just it feels like there's not like the big stars like Bobby Roode. I don't get how they just left him out. Just not even on the card. Eric Young not even on the card. I just don't get why certain guys aren't even there.
Eric Young, to be honest, I was never really a big fan of him. I don't know, he just doesn't entertain me as much. No offense to him. No offense to him. He's a really awesome guy, but he just doesn't entertain me. Me personally, just it's not the Daniel Bryan happy thing. It's not the thing, isn't it? So yeah.
I really hate when people compare them. I just like people were saying when he won the title, they were like, "Oh, Daniel Bryan won the title. Oh, he has a beard too." It's like, who cares? Just let them have it.
He has the beard too. Like, who cares?
People were saying that was a reason to compare him to Daniel Bryan. I was like, who cares? Just he won the title. It just happened. It was already taped because TNA tapes all their freaking events, which really annoys me. But
this is what I don't understand. Like, people hate TNA for no reason. If you ask someone, why do you hate TNA? They're not actually going to give you a proper reason. They just don't like it because some other guy tweeted it that it sucks. Have you realized that? The IWC, right?
Yeah.
So if someone says something, it gets passed on. You don't actually have your own opinion. It just gets passed on and passed on and passed on. Like, for example, what? Roman Reigns is overrated. Yes, I think he is overrated, but some people could think that he's not. And just get passed on and passed on and passed on. No one really has their own opinion these days. And if you do, they're just going to tell you to deactivate your account or something.
Yeah. But, so I guess, moving on. Basically, we had Rude versus MVP and Kenny King. If he beat both of them, he had to pin or submit both of them. He got a title shot, and he pinned MVP, and then Kenny King got disqualified. So he does get a title shot, and it is against Bobby Roode. But really, with how they taped it, I just can't stand the fact that they taped events that are going to air after tonight's Bound for Glory. Mm-hmm. So it was like, what's even the point? I mean, there was like 2 weeks ago, I would know not the next winner, I would know the next winner. Like, it was that bad. Just spoilers were just awful. But Bobby Roode's going to verse Lashley again, and that'll be a good match.
Have you ever been to a TNA taping?
I'm sorry, what?
Have you ever been to a TNA taping?
I've been to a live event, but I've never been to a taping.
Apparently, because I was thinking of going to the one in London. There's going to be one in January, but apparently, if you go to the show, you don't actually know what's happening because it's taped before.
Yeah, so that could be true. I've heard a lot of people, like when that New York City Gold Rush happened, people were tweeting, "Oh, so this is why that's happened. This is why randomly 5 people were thrown together in a match." Yeah, so that's definitely
I
a
hate
possibility.
that. Yeah, like Raw is live, and you know the storyline, and you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Um, yeah.
that that.
Hmm.
But main event was a good main event. They got like 30 minutes, so that was really good. Full Metal Mayhem, TNA's TLC match, and I'm already gonna say match of the week was this. I thought it was such a great match, and this is something that people that hate on TNA, they should watch this. Free
Yeah.
TV,
You know,
that match
the thing
shows.
is that they're not gonna watch it. They're not gonna watch it because again, TNA's crap. TNA's overrated. TNA has no stars. TNA is old. That stuff, you know. Same with
I could care. I mean that match was fantastic. They didn't need to promote that match at all. They didn't need to say have a heel or have a face in it. They could say these guys are gonna face each other in a Full Metal
yeah,
Mayhem match, and I'm gonna watch it.
they should promote it to like new fans. Like, look, this is what we have. We think we are better. You know,
Mhm.
watch us. And do you know what I think we should do? It really helps, in my opinion, is have free matches. Like, go on, you like upload free matches on the YouTube account, which they do. They do that. Same as on the British TV. I know that sometimes they put on old pay-per-view matches on TV for
Yeah,
free, which is a very good strategy because some guy who's just for example, on Sunday night, like now, is watching the TV and he sees that and he actually wants to watch that. Do you
yeah,
know what I mean? It gets him hooked. Um, the network, the WWE network,
yeah.
it is that's just so over. I wouldn't say overrated because I've never actually been. I haven't tried it yet. I would just say it's over advertised. I mean, everywhere I go, it's just a network advertisement. It's just too much, you know.
Yeah.
If
I
someone
think
wants, if someone wants to see WWE, they'll go on YouTube, and that's true. They won't. They're not going to go on the network. They're going to go on YouTube, and that's really key. Or TV. So YouTube and TV are the things that TNA and some other promotions should promote their stuff on.
yeah. I
Hmm.
agree. Like, I think it's well worth it. I think $10, if you don't have a specific DVD and you want to see some match, you can just
Yeah.
go on, and if that's great. But I mean, a lot of it you can find on YouTube, a lot of it DVDs and stuff. So it's like even if they have the network, they're still releasing documentaries and DVDs, and some documentaries aren't even on the network.
It
So
does actually does it does feel different when you actually before that one came out, it felt different when you found a rare DVD, for example, in a store or somewhere. It felt different when you watch it, didn't it? You know, when you bought the DVD, you bought it, you opened it. It felt different while watching the pay-per-view, but when you watch it on the network, it's not yours. It's just you're watching it. You just paid for subscriptions. So what is it?
I agree. I get what you're saying. Basically, like I honestly I'm one of those people that like having the disc, like being able to
Yeah,
hold it, and
same.
it goes to another extent where when I could order before the network, when I could order pay-per-views, I didn't have to worry about lag or the feed going out and stuff.
Oh
With the
yeah.
network, that happens a lot. Like I don't have the best connection, but it still happens more than it should. But if without the network, if you just order the pay-per-view, boom, right there, you can watch it. You can, there's no worry that it's gonna mess up.
And it also feels different when you actually have a collection of DVDs. You know what I mean? You have a
Yeah,
collection. You're kind of proud of it, I guess. So yeah.
I agree. But we're almost to the end of the show. Basically, I said my match of the week, which was the Full Metal Mayhem match. Joel, what was your match of the week?
Well, No Surrender was last week, wasn't it? 2 weeks ago, sorry. I'm gonna go with Full Metal Mayhem. That was a good match.
Definitely,
The match
yeah.
of the month. The match of the month overall would be Rude versus Lashley. That was very good. On
That
No
was
Surrender.
that was a
Mhm.
good match. I really enjoyed. I forget there wasn't there some other really good match on No Surrender? I forget. Was it the ladder match with the three teams?
Yeah, it was the whole ladder match. All of the ladder matches were good.
Okay, yeah. So that ladder match, that was like a TLC match. I mean, they even brought out tables and chairs and stuff. So I was like, if that was just the ladder match, and now they're doing a Full Metal Mayhem match, I mean, that's gonna be insane. And it was really good.